stacking in my bag. Yeah, stacking in my bag. I like crypto grind. Currency's flowing, every coin's on my mind. My coin base the upper, watch the numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these protocols, known to the man. Emptying out my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move to the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction here, cash raises ring. Ride a blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, that's the profit.
If you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
You gotta get this money on.
Gotta get this money on.
We gotta get this money on. What's good?
What up?
So
what up?
Once again, y'all, D has copied me with the shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Once again, we copy on here, and this nigga wants to have on a gray shirt. It's like, nah, I don't know, y'all. It's weird because this nigga's definitely all the way across the country. So I don't know.
Yeah, that shit's wild. That shit's wild.
Shit wild.
Yeah. In sync like that.
For sure. What's good, everybody? Y'all come on in, double tap the screen, run the likes up. So we live streaming on Facebook now too, because it let us live stream on there. So so we live streaming from there. So yeah, make sure y'all tap in. But of course, we on TikTok and YouTube with it as well. For sure. Yeah, they say y'all just in sync. For sure. Y'all, we got we got some like major updates. It's like a lot happened in the past couple of days. Yesterday, really. But we're gonna talk about the chain reaction, about regulatory clarity being a catalyst for blockchain adoption. We're gonna talk about the Powell investigation may introduce risks for, I guess, Bitcoin because of this investigation, but we'll talk about it because I thought that was funny. I'm like, okay, they making aggressive moves now to get stuff done. So now's not the time to be getting frustrated and getting impatient and selling, because clearly them, putting a lawsuit on on the feds on Jerome Powell is definitely sending a signal to get ready. You need to be worried about getting your shit together, not worried about price. Price is coming. Then we're gonna talk about so what is this? Insider sell government crypto database to violent home invaders as transparency laws backfire. We're gonna talk about that. We got a hidden yield war has begun in Ethereum ETFs, forcing issuers to finally pay you for holding. We got a lot of articles to go over. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not even about to like do a whole little spiel on everything we're about to go over. But we're gonna talk about Standard Chartered. We're gonna talk about some XRP. We're gonna talk about Coinbase pushing for stablecoin rewards. We got some stuff to talk about. We got Dubai
silver, gold,
silver. Yeah, we're gonna silver, gold. The XRP ledger may get tokenized gold. Make it a tokenized gold upgrade. We're gonna talk about the Senate heads into a pivotal week for crypto legislation. We're gonna tackle that as well. So yeah, man, y'all in for a good one today. Now, keep in mind that we are no longer live streaming on social media platforms in the evenings. We're gonna start doing more in-depth lives in the Patreon. So if you're not in the Patreon, you might want to get in the Patreon. But we're getting ready to start doing a lot more. This will be kind of more of a brief. We're just trying to help transition y'all into that. But it's gonna be starting to be more like briefings on the live streams on social media. But we're gonna start going a little bit more in depth through Patreon. Because it just makes more sense to do it that way. So yeah, y'all. So what we up with them likes? Let's run the likes up. Everybody double tap the screen. Make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all coming in on YouTube. For sure. Let me check Facebook real quick. I gotta remember to check Facebook now. So I'm gonna have to remember to get on there. It's all good. Let me see. Yeah, we're gonna start turning back up on there. Start posting some content on there. Pick that back up. They just took forever to give niggas live stream access.
It was like 60 days, right?
It was 60 or 90 days. It was something crazy. They made us wait.
That's crazy.
It took so long, I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot. Like, oh my god, damn, I should put a reminder on my phone. But Jesus Christ, like, why do we gotta wait that long? But we here now. So yeah, y'all, we're gonna get started. Where we at? We almost at 10K. So we need to have 100K likes before the live over with. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For real, since this is such a big week for crypto legislation, I am gonna start off with both of these articles. I'm gonna start off with the Senate talking, they're heading into a pivotal week for crypto legislation. So we're gonna talk about what to look for this week, and then we're gonna talk about the chain reaction and how regulatory clarity is going to be the catalyst for blockchain adoption. It's not a secret. It's not up for debate. Literally every institution, we go over these articles daily, weekly, and y'all have heard us read straight from these institutions that they are just waiting on regulatory clarity. Bank of America has said this. Citibank has said this. JP Morgan has said this. It's not a secret that we are waiting on regulatory clarity as the catalyst for blockchain adoption. That's just what it is. So yeah, let me share my screen real quick. So I'm gonna actually start off with this Senate one from Eleanor. I'm gonna just start off with her article. So yeah. All right, y'all. So let's talk about it.
What's she talking about?
Oh, let me fix my little layout.
What's she on?
All right, y'all. So the U.S. Senate is approaching a critical week in early 2026, focused on advancing crypto market structure legislation. So y'all know that's a comprehensive regulatory framework that would clarify rules for digital asset markets. So 2 Senate committees have scheduled simultaneous markup sessions on crypto market structure drafts, signaling intensified momentum to reconcile oversight between the SEC and the CFTC. So these hearings are part of ongoing efforts following earlier progress on stablecoin regulation and House crypto bills such as the Clarity Act. So a unified market structure bill would define key aspects such as liability and decentralized finance, jurisdiction between regulatory agencies, and how digital assets are classified. So the term pivotal week refers to scheduled markup sessions. So a procedural step where the committee members review, amend, and potentially advance draft crypto market structure legislation. So these sessions are significant because they indicate Senate leadership is pushing to integrate digital asset rules into broader financial regulatory law rather than leaving crypto under fragmented authority. Progress here does not guarantee final passage of a consolidated bill. Markets and policy experts have cautioned that negotiations, especially around DeFi and jurisdictional authority, are complex and may extend beyond this session. The markup stage is one of the multiple hurdles. After committee votes, legislation must still clear full Senate and House approval and be signed into law. The timeline may span months or longer. I just think the DeFi shit should be a separate bill, because if that's gonna slow shit down, y'all need to do that shit separately. Which I think they are. But I guess they're trying to knock it out at the same time. But it's like, y'all got to get this done before these midterm, what is it called? The midterm stuff come up before elections. All that. Yeah. Elections, yeah. Y'all need to get that done before that. Like, we don't have no more time to be wasting, and for y'all to go in here acting dumb and acting like y'all can't read. So yeah, so how this fits broader trends going on right now. So regulatory momentum. So the Senate's focus on crypto market structure builds on earlier developments, such as the passage and signing of the Genius Act, which marked the first major federal crypto related law in the U.S. last year. And then you have division of regulatory authority. So a central issue heading into these sessions is how digital asset markets will be overseen. So you got the lawmakers are balancing jurisdiction. So the SEC and the CFTC have already said that they're on the same page. So I'm not worried about that. And then you have the industry and political context. So you have broader legislative efforts like the Clarity Act and other Senate committee hearings reflect ongoing negotiation across branches of government to craft a cohesive U.S. digital asset regime. That is what is going to hold everything the fuck up, because they can't never be on the same page. So while procedural actions alone do not immediately change market behavior, scheduled Senate activity can influence institutional sentiment and positioning, because regulatory clarity is widely viewed as a necessary condition for broader institutional participation. So we'll see what happens at the markup and how, because according to Cynthia Loomis, they supposed to be on board. This is almost done. They should have this ready. We're gonna find out on Thursday. if they got their shit together. But I have a feeling that Maxine, Stephen Lynch, Elizabeth Warren, and the rest of the idiotic Democrats that are just so anti-Trump are gonna come in there on some. We don't want presidents to be able to purchase cryptocurrency. I got a feeling they're gonna be on that type time, and they're gonna just be holding shit the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? It's a show. It's a show.
It's a show. It's a show, and they're gonna extend it. They're gonna extend the clip. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they're not gonna make any strides forward, but I'm anticipating the worst. If I anticipate the worst in my mind, then if something else happens, good.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing.
Yeah. Just trying to I'm not trying to set high expectations. Now,
exactly.
But it's just logically, should they get this done on Thursday and this should just head straight to the full House for a vote? Absolutely. It should be that simple, but it's not.
It should have got done last summer, for real.
It should have been done. Right. It should have been done before Halloween, if we're being completely honest. So because they couldn't get shit done, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, if they wanted to, they could have finished the Genius Act and the Clarity Act at the same time, and shit could have been done. Or the Clarity Act would have been done at least a week later, finished at least a week later. It should not have taken this long. So that's my whole thing. So we just expecting the worst. I'm not expecting them to get much done on Thursday. It just helps my mental. I think it helps D as well. Just to I don't have high expectations.
Yeah. Now if they exceed expectations, great. I am not, you know what I mean? But I'm like, okay. But I'm still positive. Just about the year overall. I'm still bullish on the year overall. It's just that, you know how these jokers play, man. We know how these jokers play. It's ebbs and flows to this whole thing, so they may surprise us. They may surprise us and get
it done. Exactly.
Yeah. Y'all know what the play is. Shout out to y'all. Peace to y'all that's coming in here right now. Make sure y'all liking the live over there on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok. We're on 3 platforms today, fam. We're on 3 platforms.
For sure, 100%. So we're gonna keep it rolling. Because we got some more updates and stuff to go over, y'all. So just because we already kind of talking about the market structure, let's just talk about that chain reaction. Let me just go ahead and pull that article up. Because so here we go right here. So the chain reaction, so regulatory clarity as the catalyst for blockchain adoption. So the article argues that regulatory clarity is emerging as a key factor in accelerating blockchain adoption beyond pilots into large-scale production-grade use. So this one is actually about Europe. So it highlights Europe's markets and crypto assets regulation with MiCA as a concrete example of a comprehensive digital asset framework now shaping product design, licensing, custody, and stablecoins. So authorities in the EU, the UK, Asia Pacific, and other regions are moving toward clear definitions of digital assets, custody responsibilities, and compliance requirements, but implementation gaps still exist. Institutions are building internal operating models, legal risk, technology integration to work within these evolving rules. So the article concludes that while clarity remains incomplete, regulatory frameworks are pivotal to turning blockchain experimentation into real compliant infrastructure. So regulatory clarity isn't just about rules on paper. It directly influences product architecture because firms must design with legal categories in mind from the start. So Europe's MiCA framework is now a reference point for how digital assets can be governed through practical execution and jurisdictional interpretations vary. So clear definitions of digital assets and regulatory guardrails help reduce compliance uncertainty, a key barrier historically cited by institutional players. Other surveys and reports from Coinbase have similarly found that regulatory clarity is one of the primary catalysts for institutional growth in digital assets. So however, fragmentation remains because U.S. regulation is still a multi-agency patchwork and global regimes differ in pace and approach. So regulation as a foundation across multiple reports, regulatory clarity is increasingly seen as a necessary condition for institutional participation, scaling tokenization, and integrating blockchain into traditional financial infrastructure. So this isn't about one region leading entirely, but rather multiple frameworks converging around common principles like reserve requirements, governance standards, and custody definitions. So when regulatory frameworks evolve from ambiguous to enforcement-led approaches to define rules, surveys, and adoption indexes show that institutional interest and allocation plans increase, suggesting that regulatory clarity moves the needle on capital commitment decisions. So yeah, y'all, we're gonna see. So it looks like they are using Mika. They're gonna use whatever they got going on in the EU as a reference. Whatever gets it done the fastest, just get it done.
Yeah, man, we need to get this shit done. We need to get this show on the road, fam.
So that did for sure. So somebody said Coinbase has pulled out from the clarity bill today. Bank pressure. Okay, I saw the rumor. I saw the rumor that was possible because basically Coinbase, like, they want to offer yield and all that stuff. Damn. Okay.
Might as well go into that Coinbase article then.
Yep. Let me pull up this Coinbase article. Here we go. Coinbase pushes for stablecoin rewards ahead of January 15th crypto bill deadline.
Yeah, that's damn. So Coinbase, as of right now, I guess is fighting lawmakers over whether people should earn interest on stablecoins. Why? So stablecoins pay better interest than the banks. Banks don't like that. You know what I mean? Because they're like, yo, let's give these people the minimum amount we can. Let's not give these people 7, 8, 9, 10% on their money. That's too high, right? Lawmakers may ban or limit rewards unless you're a bank. And this could change who controls digital dollars. So this is not about protecting consumers at all, fam. They always want to say like, yo, we're protecting the consumer, we're protecting the customer, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to this, that's not protecting the consumer. That's not keeping the consumer best interest. You know what I'm saying? It's about who gets to create and profit from the money, right? So if y'all don't know what a stablecoin is it's a coin that's backed 1-to-1 with the dollar, used for savings, payments, trading, yield, earning interest. So USDC, USDT, are some of the major players when it comes to stablecoins. And rewards are basically the interest you can earn. So basically, what's happened on January 15th is that the United States is finalizing a major crypto law, the Clarity Act that we keep talking about. So who can offer stablecoins? That's what it's going to decide who could pay interest, who controls the digital dollars. So Coinbase is lobbying very, very hard before this deadline. We only got a couple of days. And whoever said in the chat that they pulled out, damn, they must have just pulled out. So why banks are mad is because banks say the stablecoins pull money out of the banks, and that hurts small business loans, mortgages, community lending. So what they don't say is that they've paid terrible interest for years, terrible interest for years. And then stablecoins pretty much expose all that shit, right? And then people are choosing 3.5% digital dollars over 0.5% of bank savings. What makes more sense, people? 3, 4, 5% on digital dollars, or 0.5 or point whatever percent that the bank is going to give you? Come on, fam. Use your brains. So Coinbase's position is that Coinbase says that stablecoin rewards are the core to their business, and banning them kills the innovation altogether. So it protects the banks from competition. The banks don't want to compete, man. They want to keep your money, and they want to keep giving you pennies on the dollar on your money. They don't want to be able to compete out here with these other counterparts. So Coinbase even warned that we may withdraw support from this bill. So I guess they did. Can we get official? What they said? Where did they say that on Twitter?
I'm looking right now, so I don't know if that's official yet that they've pulled out, but that would be all over my timeline if they officially pulled out. But I don't see an official announcement. But that doesn't mean it didn't happen. I just don't see it yet.
Right. So I guess they're in the process of trying to figure something out. So Coinbase said they saw this coming though, so they applied for a national charter, trust charter, and that will let them operate like a bank and still offer rewards legally. So this tells you that crypto companies are being forced to become banks anyway. And then the stable coins are very profitable. In 2025 alone, Coinbase made $1.3 billion from stablecoin related revenue, and then most of that came from USDC reserves. And if the rewards are banned, users are going to leave, revenue is going to drop, and banks regain control, right? So this fight is about billions of dollars, trillions of dollars probably eventually. And this how this connects to other different things is that Of course, we know that gold and silver, is trust in fiat trust that fiat is breaking. The Dubai privacy ban, governments want total visibility. The database abuse, the transparency creates physical risk, and altogether the system is tightening, right? So just as trust is fading, so the system is tightening control just as trust is fading. So why this is going to matter for everyday people is because if rewards are restricted, it's more centralized power, fam, and less innovation, right? So if rewards stay open, it makes it able for the banks and all these other counterparties to compete with each other to see who's going to give you the best bang for your buck. So that's what we want. We want more competition. You know what I mean? Shout out to Netflix, going to be a direct competitor to YouTube. We need more competition, fam. That's how more money is flown around, the marketplace in general. And then customers will benefit overall. So we'll see. We got to get official word to see if Coinbase really pulled out. I'm curious on that.
Yeah, we got to get official word on it. Now we do have this is from Ripple on the 9th, talking about the sending a letter to the SEC crypto task force. So they kind of put their input on the market structure bill. But I don't know. This whole thing with the yield, it's like y'all already know how y'all are gonna work this out. Coinbase, you're already working with major institutions. That's why I be so like, it's a show. It's hard for me to even sit here and report on it because I know it's fake. Because it's like Coinbase, you're talking about pulling out, but you're working with JP Morgan. You're working with PNC Bank. Like, y'all are already figuring that part out as far as the yield, because that is the barrier. You know what I'm saying? Banks are going to have to offer yield. It is what it is. DeFi, they can't stop DeFi. At the end of the day, like, if you're crazy as hell if y'all think them people in China and all them other countries, India, where they're trying to ban them and stop them from quote unquote getting in crypto and buying crypto and getting in DeFi. Y'all don't think they done found a workaround around the workaround? Them people is smart as hell. So all I'm saying is it's inevitable, because if they can find a workaround and still get in DeFi and earn yield on their assets, then we're going to do the same thing. So it's inevitable. The banks are going to have to offer the yield, because we're going to do it regardless. And then all the banks are going to see in return is a bunch of customers taking out money. The only thing we use on our bank accounts for is to pay bills. Other than that, niggas going to be making money in DeFi if they don't figure this out, because DeFi is getting more and more traction. More and more people are finding out about yield opportunities in DeFi. And that's just what's going to end up happening. But that's why DeFi is a huge topic with market structure coming up this week. So that's why I said we got to see what the discussion is and what the holdup is outside of Trump bad man. We don't want Trump buying crypto. Okay, outside of that dumbass argument, what else is holding up this bill? And I'm guaranteeing you it's the DeFi part. That's the part that's really holding up the bill. The whole Trump can't buy. They don't want Trump to buy. That's the distraction. That shit's inevitable. Like, get the fuck out of here. If he can't buy, then none of y'all can, and y'all want to buy. So y'all know damn well we're not putting that in the bill. I'm not entertaining that bullshit no more from Maxine and the rest of them motherfucking Democrats, Nancy Pelosi and all them idiots. I'm not entertaining that shit no more. The issue now is yield. So that's the argument here. They want everybody else bickering about Trump because they don't want nobody talking about being able to earn yield on their assets and earn the interest. They don't want everybody talking about that. That's why they're distracting everybody with the Trump. We don't want Trump buying cryptocurrency. Do you see what he's doing? And he's manipulating the market and this Trump coin and World Liberty Financial. It's a distraction.
They're vilifying it. They're trying to make it seem like, you're a demon if you doing some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you doing that? Fuck that, fam. Shout out to everybody that was in class last night. If you was in class last night, put a fire in the chat. If you was in class last night, put a fire in the chat. Learning about how to earn interest on your money, on your XRP.
Yeah, on your XRP through the Flare. And y'all will get the recording soon. Y'all know
y'all get the recording today.
Y'all will get the recording today. Y'all get the recording in your email. So just check your email. But yes, everybody that was in the Flare class, definitely drop a fire, because we are definitely showing people you can definitely be earning yield. I'm not saying put all your blue chips into a liquidity pool, but what we are showing y'all that it is possible to be earning yield out here. You do not have to be messing around with these banks and working, way too hard, and you don't have to. You don't have to. So
shout out to Crypto KB, already in the pool since last night. Shout out to you.
Damn, he wasn't playing no games.
No games. And matter of fact, Cecil is gonna come in the Patreon tonight and give you guys some game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Cecil will be on the Patreon so like we told y'all before, the evening lives are now gonna be in the Patreon. So we're just only gonna be doing one live a day on like the social media platforms. But yeah, Cecil gonna come in, and yeah, the Patreon we're gonna be going way more in depth. So he gonna get y'all some game on that Flare network. So but it's stuff out here, gang. You just gotta know what you're doing. That's all. That's really it. Other than that, these people full of shit, and we'll keep it moving.
Yeah, absolutely. So
For
we
sure.
got.
Was that everything about that one?
Oh
About
yeah,
coin?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Them cats. We're gonna get confirmation to see if they pulled out for real. But damn.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. So yeah, let's talk about let's talk about XRP real quick then, since we was just talking about Flare a little bit. So XRP shines as crypto funds back $454 million outflow.
Yeah. Real quick. So XRP stayed in the positive territory, even as digital asset funds posted, 454 million in weekly outflows. So this happened as investors pulled back from Bitcoin and Ethereum while favoring select altcoins amid rising concerns over delayed U.S. rate cuts. Right. So XRP emerges as one of the few bright spots in a difficult week for crypto funds. So while the broader market saw heavy withdrawals, XRP recorded inflows of 45.8 million, according to the latest data. This comes as investors reduced exposure to major assets, especially BTC and Ethereum, right? Which face sharp outflows. The wider digital asset market recorded $454 million in total outflows for the week. So this extended 4-day selling streak that erased most of the 1.5 billion inflows since the start of the year. So still, the market sentiment weakened after fresh economic data lowered expectations for the U.S. Federal Reserve rate cut in March. So Bitcoin carried the largest share of losses with 404.7 million leaving Bitcoin-linked products. And then Ethereum followed with 116.1 million in outflows. And then multi-asset products also saw withdrawals of over $20 million, showing a cautious stance across diversified strategies. So in contrast, XRP continued to draw steady interest. And then Solana and Sui also posted 32.8 million and 7.6 million respectively, signaling risk taking rather than the full market exit. So despite the positive news, XRP still had a first rough week of 2026. They disclosed that the U.S. listed spot XRP ETFs recorded their first net outflows of 40.7 million on January 7th. We talked about that already. And this ended the 7 week run of steady inflows as the wider crypto ETF market weakened. So still we holding above $2. We still holding above $2, fam. We still holding above $2. Still with all these outflows, this is still a positive sign for the XRP flag. Right. And then regional data also showed a clear split that the United States recorded 568.9 million in outflows, making it the main driver of weekly losses. Investor sentiment in the United States turned negative as bond yields rose and rate cuts hope faded. So outside of the United States, several markets remain firm. Germany led inflows with 58.9 million, followed by Canada with 24.5, and then Switzerland at 21 million. And then these inflows helped offset some of the global pressure and supported assets like XRP. So XRP stood out again in the regional mix. So and then President Monica Long saying the public funding is not needed for growth when it comes to the IPO.
Okay.
So yeah, we still holding above $2 as of right now. I think still above $2.
Yeah, forever in profit because we got in early. So
yeah.
If you know, you know. But yeah, I see we got an impatient person in the chat talking about XRP is gay. If XRP gay, I'm gay as hell. So yeah.
These things take time.
I'm in profit. See, you only mad at XRP if you not in profit. You know what I'm saying? But most niggas are in good profit. You probably bought over $2. You know.
If you bought over $2, $3, then you might be a little bit upset. But I mean, if you bought sub $1, you sitting back, you're in profit.
For sure. So I had something else on XRP because I wanted to make sure while we on XRP. Where is it at?
Y'all funny. Y'all funny. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all liking the live over there on YouTube, fam. It's over 100 people over there. We should have 100 likes.
That's fine. That's part of the reason why we going on the Patreon in the evenings, because no engagement. So that's fine. That's exactly why we're going to Patreon. XRP, because I'm not. It's no point no more. D. It's no point. We did it for 6 months straight. They're not gonna like the live. They're not gonna. That's just what it is. They're not gonna like it. That's why we and y'all not gonna like. We going to Patreon in the evening time, and then the live streams are gonna get briefer and briefer. So.
Because on Patreon, we could just let it fly. We could say whatever the fuck we want in there. We could let it fly.
I don't have to hold back in there, so I'm gonna enjoy that a lot more than being on here begging people to like a live stream. So here we go. We're gonna get into it. So XRP Ledger may get a tokenized gold upgrade. Web3 founder reveals. So let's talk about it because why beg for likes, you and profits? Because we're content creators. This is our full-time job. That's why we ask for likes. Yeah, that's why we're talking about YouTube though. We're not talking about TikTok. So XRP. So yeah, let's talk about it. So we got the XRP Ledger may get tokenized gold upgrade. This is if this is true, if this is gonna happen, this is actually huge for the XRPL. This is huge for the XRPL.
Okay.
So developers and industry figures in the XRP community have discussed the prospect of tokenized gold and other metals being issued on the XRPL, supported by the network's ability to handle 24/7 access, fast transfers, and integration with automated market makers. So Meld Gold, which partnered with Ripple in 2024, is cited as an existing example where gold and silver tokens backed by physical metal have been launched on the XRPL, representing actual grams of metal held by trusted custodians. So advocates from Easy, the Phil Kwok, I think I'm saying his name right, Phil Kwok. Anyway, he's the co-founder of EZA. Have stated publicly that tokenized gold is coming to the XRPL. Validators and developers point to technical suitability through broad adoption. Though broad adoption has not yet materialized. So industry voices note that while demand for tokenized metals exists elsewhere in crypto, let me see, execution and economic incentives will influence whether similar products scale on the XRPL. So price moves in XRP have occurred concurrently, but there's no direct evidence that tokenized metal discussions are driving price action. But the article does not announce a formal product launched by Ripple or an institutional issuer. It just reports that community and developer commentary that tokenized gold could be supported on XRPL and might come true in the future. So just want to make that clear. So Meld Gold's existing tokens are highlighted as a real example of tokenized metals on the XRPL, which shifts part of the conversation from theory to something already launched, though broader ecosystem adoption is separate from this. So statements from industry figures express optimism about tokenized metals on the XRPL, but are opinions and expectations, not confirmed roadmaps from core protocol maintainers or custodians. But market participants and analysts quoted in the discussion emphasized the need for economic incentives and clear use cases for issuers to actually bring more tokenized metal products to market on the XRPL. So tokenization of physical assets like gold, where blockchain tokens represent ownership of a real world custody asset, is a broader trend that several protocols and custodians are pursuing, not unique to XRPL. Large tokenized metal products already exist in the crypto market. And that's like Paxos and Tether managing billions of tokenized metals. So the XRPL's architecture offers fast settlement and low fees, which proponents argue are suitable for tokenized assets, trading, and settlement, but technical capability does not automatically ensure regulatory compliance, custody arrangements, or issuer participation. Tokenization on a ledger requires not just technical support, but also custody, audit practices, legal frameworks, and clear economic incentives to attract large issuers. So those are areas that observers in the discussion emphasize as necessary before broad adoption. I think it'll happen. I think tokenized gold, I think all that's coming to the XRPL. Like, I wasn't shocked when I saw the headline, like, at all.
I mean, look what's happening with gold and silver right now. Look what's happening. Yep. Why wouldn't it be tokenized? Why wouldn't it be tokenized? Why wouldn't oil be tokenized? Why wouldn't all these things that we, use and invest in on a daily basis? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't they be tokenized? You know what I mean? People trade whatever. All of it's going to be on the blockchain. All of it's going to be connected to this technology that we've been harping on for the past several years, fam. All of it. So gold, hell yeah. Gold, listen, gold, I guess you could bring the next article up if that was it.
Yeah, that was it for that one.
Yeah,
you had an article on gold.
Gold and silver. That's silver. It was a Yahoo article.
There you go.
So bam, look at it. Why wouldn't they tokenize this shit? Look, gold, this is what's happening, fam. Gold is almost 5,000. It's almost 5 bands, and silver is over $80. At the time, right now, the price of silver is $85.89. So it's almost $86, fam. We are marching towards $100 silver, quick, fast, and in a hurry. So the US dollar is getting weaker. So this ain't normal. This is what Yahoo's saying. This ain't us. This is what Yahoo's saying. So it suggests that people don't trust the financial system like they used to, right? And what usually happens in these time periods, there's war, there's global conflict, there's big uncertainty. So people run to the US dollar because it's considered safe, right? But think of the dollar like the default emergency shelter during a storm, right? So this is not a normal time period, fam. This is happening this time because war tensions are rising. People are not running to the dollar, and instead they're buying gold and silver. That's a huge red flag, fam. Why they matter is because gold and silver are called hard assets, and you can't print more of them. You can't print them. You can't print them to infinity, right? You can't print gold, but you can tokenize it. You can't tokenize it now. So they hold the value over long periods of times, obviously, and they've been used as money for thousands of years, right? If you didn't know, now you know. Why silver exploding is a big deal is because silver, just like an investment, is used for electronics, solar panels, medical equipment, and medical forces that people use for, and definitely a lot of different industries and stuff like that. So the article states that big companies are buying silver early to lock in these prices. These prices probably ain't gonna ever come back down. These prices will probably come back down a little bit, but I don't know if the price of silver is ever going to come back down to where it was months ago.
Yeah, not $20, $23, wherever it was. I don't know if it's going to do that.
I think that shit is a wrap. So that means I think that shit is a wrap, baby.
But go to the experts, ask the experts. But I think they're saying the same thing. So
exactly, that means they expect shortages. They expect higher costs later. So this is about the real economy, not hype, fam. Right? Why this isn't just inflation is because if this were only inflation, gold might rise, silver might rise a little, and the dollar would still hold up. But instead, right now, gold and silver are exploding. The dollar is falling, and this combo usually happens during a system level stress, right? And then think of all the debt problems and loss of confidence that we've been having, right? Just across the board, confidence in the currency of credibility issues. Right. That's why we got to move into this next era. This shit is what it is. So why this is very telling about the economy is because, like I said before, the dollar used to be the safest place, but now investors are choosing, this over everything, and debt is becoming the huge problem. Right. We got massive national debt. We got rising interest costs, and there's no clear way to pay it down. We're never going to pay that shit down, fam. Never. Nope. Right. So this looks like a long-term shift. Right. So this is not a short-term trade. This is a generational change. This is a generational change. This is why we talked to you guys for the past several years about this is the generational wealth transfer, fam. So this is how money's going to be trusted in the future. This is how it's going to be stored, a new store of value, and what is actually going to back the wealth. Right. The rules is changing, fam, as we are speaking right now. So what this could mean going forward is more volatility in the markets, higher prices for everyday goods, less confidence in fiat, and then more interest in precious metals, crypto, hard assets, trust, insurance, all that shit. So fam, it don't take a rocket science. Nope. She just talked about tokenized gold. And I'm telling you that the price of gold is not going to stop going up. The price of silver is not going to stop going up, man. It's not going to come back crazy down either.
Yep. So yeah, while we on these topics about the market going up and down, like in as far as this being a wealth transfer, definitely a wealth transfer because they trying to get Powell up out of here and they are being aggressive about it now.
Yo, I just seen this, yo. I was like, oh snap.
Yeah, I saw it last night and I was like, oh, okay, they doing it aggressively because it came out last night. So I said, okay, well, I mean, it's about that time because the market is just, it's like, bro, y'all got to make a move. Are we going up or down? Like, yeah, Jesus Christ, what are we going to do? Because this is ridiculous at this point. So basically, federal prosecutors have opened a criminal investigation into U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell relating to testimony about Fed building renovations. So analysts suggest this development could introduce risk premium for Bitcoin, essentially a narrative-driven premium attached to decentralized assets when confidence in the dollar or central bank independence weakens. So the investigation is seen as a political headwind for traditional risk assets like equities, but some see Bitcoin's non-sovereign qualities gaining attention. Short-term price action saw a small uptick in Bitcoin and larger gains in privacy-focused tokens like Monero and Zcash. On-chain sentiment indicators are showing signs of a base forming, though major traders remain cautious with net short positions on Bitcoin. So risk premium here doesn't mean guaranteed gains. It refers to a framework where certain assets may trade at a perceived premium because of their characteristics. And in this case, decentralization versus centralized monetary policy. So the core idea is that if confidence in central bank policy credibility erodes, assets not tied to sovereign policy like Bitcoin could attract more speculative interest. So this narrative doesn't require immediate price movements. It's about investor expectations and how markets frame risk. So short-term reactions are too small to confirm a trend. They reflect noise or initial positioning by traders. Data on sentiment and smart money positioning suggests mixed internal signals. So some belief in a bottom developing but cautious positioning by large players. So the investigation into Powell is being covered broadly in financial news as a factor contributing to policy credibility concerns, with markets reacting in stocks, gold, and currency markets. So macro linkages. So if central bank independence is perceived as as compromised, traditional monetary risk frameworks change. So this can influence currency reliability, yield curves, and risk asset pricing. So Bitcoin's narrative is decentralized, non-state asset. Is not new, but it tends to gain prominence during periods of policy uncertainty or financial stress. So this doesn't automatically mean BTC becomes a safe haven like gold. It means its story reemerges in investor discussions. And then raising narrative prominence doesn't equate to structural adoption or capital flows at scale. Narrative risk can expand or fade quickly depending on how markets risk broader risk assets. Markets price broader risk assets like equities and bonds and macro data. So yeah, we see the market is like not really reacting to this news the way I thought it would have reacted to the whole freaking Federal Reserve chairman getting sued by the president, basically. Because realistically, the crypto market would have like at least did more than what it did. I ain't saying it would have did anything like crazy, like a crazy swing, but it definitely would have went up way more. This shit is hella manipulated right now. Like this shit should be illegal. Like I'm fascinated that no one's in an uproar like in DC like going crazy yet, because this shit is so heavily manipulated now that it's like they dead ass controlling the markets to the point where they're like, yeah, we're not letting nobody get rich. Because that's what it feels like right now. It feels like we're not going to let anybody get money. What I think is happening is the Trump administration is going to wait until August and September before they allow these prices to rise, because people have short-term memory. If they let price if they let price appreciation happen too early, they still risk people not voting in favor of them. Like they still need it to be realistic. And I think realistically, they're gonna wait to pump this market. Like now that I'm thinking about it, into like August, September, October time frame. We may actually be sideways. I would not be shocked, we may be sideways like the first half of the year, like going into the summer. Like it may just end up being, we may have a 2025 for like half of 2026 or over a little over half of 2026. Truthfully,
it's possible.
Just to set proper expectations, because it's like at this point they want. It seems like because the Republicans don't have a fighting chance. Let's just sit here and talk about it. Okay, I don't care for Democrats or Republicans, and quite frankly, I don't give a fuck who any of y'all voted for. I'm just putting it out there because I zoom out and I see everything and I'm not biased. Okay, the Republicans don't have a fighting chance. They showed us that with New York and New Jersey. They went full Democrat in this last fucking election they just did. The Republicans don't have a chance in hell to win these midterms unless we get paid.
Yep.
Unless we get paid. That's the only, like, it's so far gone that Trump could cancel student loans right now. He could say, hey, y'all, he could send out stimulus checks and he could cancel rent for 3 months. And he still ain't gonna win midterms. He's just not. He's just not. So the only way that people's gonna go and vote in favor of of the Republicans at midterms is if they are paid. People gotta have, and I'm not talking about $5,000, $10,000. I'm talking about people need to be coming up hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, which means it sounds like they need that crypto boom. That's what I'm just saying, because that's the only way they get that type of money in people's pockets is if the new asset class is here. Like, hi, we're here now. We've arrived.
Yeah. And they might wait till the summer or after the summer, fam. You know what I mean? So
yeah, they might. I wouldn't be surprised. That's why I'm not looking for this Clarity Act. Honestly, I was saying March, but now I'm like, I'm on both sides. Is it gonna happen in March? Maybe. It could happen in the summer. It might happen in the summer. You just never fucking know.
You never know. You just see, like you said, the mass manipulation that's just going on. Like, this shit is wild, yo. This shit is wild. Yeah. Look at the price of precious. It's like, okay, we're gonna let precious metals rise, but then crypto is like, no, not yet. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what y'all doing, fam? What y'all doing? Literally. So, but that is why you must stay diversified. That is why you must stay diversified in your investments, in your portfolio. So,
yep. This is why it's like, it's cool. I like people that read the charts. I love people that do the technical analysis. I think all that shit cute. But at the end of the day, nobody knows when it comes to crypto. Nobody knows when this shit's gonna start moving. Corruption is normal in American politics. Yeah, but it's at like all-time highs. The corruption has never been.
That's global.
So
that's globally.
Yeah, that's global. Corruption in politics is global for sure. But yeah, y'all. So that's just my take on it. Like, the more that we see things unfolding, and we'll have more clarity on that this week to see how they go about the markup on Thursday, and we'll have a little bit more clarity to see. But don't be surprised if they let another shutdown happen. They delay this shit until the summertime, and then that's it. Then on the other hand, I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if they let XRP ride. We wait on the Clarity Act for these other assets, because that's another thing that could happen, because XRP don't need it. It already has Clarity. XRP could run, but the rest of the crypto market got to wait on Clarity, and then those might start running later. Something like that could happen.
Right.
We just don't know. We just don't know. It's just the market's so heavily manipulated right now that it's not a fair game whatsoever. I don't care how great you are in the charts. I don't care how great of a researcher you think you are. You don't know what the fuck is getting ready to happen. Nobody can time this shit. Like, literally at all.
Nah, fam. At all. Nah, fam. Shout out to the few people that's over there on Facebook. This is our first time going live on Facebook. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, you can't time this shit. It's impossible to time. You know what I'm saying? With the level of manipulation and just the news. Like, are we going to war? Are we doing some shit? Or are they about to send some missiles? Because I seen Trump might send some missiles over there to Iran. I think Iran or Iraq or something.
Yeah, I think a couple things need to happen, like the Iran situation, or what we're gonna do about Greenland. Are we gonna finna go over there and take that over? Like, what's happening with that? Like, all of that matters, because we need Greenland, we need the energy, we need the mining and all that shit, whatever the hell else going on over there. I think a couple things got to play out. A couple things definitely got to play out. So we're gonna see, y'all. This is why it's important to have your own conviction. And in order to have your own conviction, you have to do your own research. You can't listen to me. Don't listen to nobody on the internet. You got to go out and do this for yourself. Other than that, you're going to have paper hands. It's going to be very easy for you to sell, because this market is manipulated to the highest degree. It's so manipulated that people that have never invested in their life, like my mom's not an investor, right? She just worked. She was a boomer. She did all the other stuff, 401k, all that bullshit. Okay, so but she even sees the manipulation and she don't know a lick about investing. Right. That's how obvious it is that people that don't even look at markets, don't care for markets, can see the manipulation. It's not because she hates Trump. It's just as obvious. The shit is manipulated. It's so it's like it's nothing. No trader, no massive researcher could tell you right now, unless they just in the Oval Office and they could tell you what the real agenda is here. Because other than that, nobody freaking knows. I don't care if you are 98% efficient on the charts. You can't tell me what the fuck about to happen with crypto. You can't. You just can't. It don't work like that. Like it's crazy. So but yeah, that's why it's very important to keep up with the updates, keep up with the news. Do your own research, understand what's happening, how these different assets and technologies are going to work, and just go from there. Because other than that, it's gonna happen on its own time, y'all. It's gonna happen on its own time. We've been here a while. We've seen it all. We've seen all the time frames. We've seen all that shit. Nobody fucking knows. Nope.
And hey, man, this is the game we play. What happened?
Someone said crypto wars are still raging. The banks are still hot, so the crypto innovation and adoption. Being recognized as not a security is not legal clarity. They were in court for 5 years. They have legal clarity because they are recognized as not a security. So that's clear. That's clarity. Huh?
Clear.
Clear. But yeah, somebody said I'm going to keep stacking until that money get rolling. No, that's a fact. Even if the Clarity Act gets passed today, it takes a year to go into law. I told y'all it's 2027, but hey, I only talk to CEOs of insurance companies. The thing about that, it can go into law in 2027, but they also have the rules. So the rules could go into effect sooner, and that means the law could go into effect sooner. So 365 is not a timestamp that's just set in stone. It could change. The goalposts can move.
And the goalpost could move if some tragedies happen or something catastrophic happens. They could move the goalposts.
Exactly. They could move the goalposts and put it into law. So that's not set in stone. I only talk to people that work at the White House and in the SEC. So
facts.
That's my and I won't give out names, but yeah, I only talk to people at that's at the SEC, White House. Facts. Blockchain CEO, just a couple of people. I've just only talked to a couple of people.
Just a couple. Yeah, exactly. Black Swan can force an early implementation. Exactly.
Literally. That's why I said it's gonna be a catalyst. You know what I'm saying?
Because even the DTCC said it last year when they did that demo. They said, yeah, when something happens, we'll have the shit in place. Just saying.
All right, my bad. Let's go to this next article. I know you had another one up here.
Yeah.
Here we go. Standard Chartered planning prime brokerage for crypto trading.
Yeah. I thought this was very telling as well. Hold on, let me go to my notes. 1 second. Shout out to everybody that's here though.
And while he pulling that up, I'm gonna just answer this question. XRP definitely has legal clarity in the US because they were in a fucking lawsuit with the SEC. Okay? I'm trying to figure out what the confusion is here. Like literally.
Wait, what's going on?
Like somebody in the comments is trying to argue about XRP having legal clarity. Like, were they not in a fucking like what?
Oh, yeah.
It's a non-security. You know what I'm saying? They clarify everything. It's a rare level of clarity, but they have it. Like I'm so confused why this is an easy Google search. You asking me, nigga, just look it up. That's an easy, just ask freaking Google, ask ChatGPT.
Just ask, right? Ask and you shall receive.
Clarified that they're not a security. They went to court because they thought that they were trying to say that they were security. They had secondary sales or whatever the fuck it was. They're not a security. They have legal clarity. They've been deemed not a security. That's not a clear thing in the U.S. because we're waiting on the Clarity Act. Like, y'all don't read nothing. Y'all just sit here and listen to people who shield dumbass coins and don't like XRP, and then because they sound smart to dumb people, y'all just believe it. Y'all understand? It's people in the space that really hate XRP. You have to do your own research. Like, what you asking me for? Go look that up yourself and get your own conviction. I could sit up here and read and show you the court documents telling you how XRP has legal clarity, and you're still gonna argue with me. So you go do that yourself. I can't do that for you. You gotta go read that shit yourself. Like, other than that, because I'm not here to do that. I'm just here to report the news. I don't even want to argue with y'all no more in this crypto space. That's how over it I am. I'm ready for the market to go up, not because I'm ready to be rich and wealthy, but so I can get the fuck out of this space. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I can get the fuck out of this space because y'all are crazy. Truthfully, like on a daily basis, I don't want to deal with crypto bros on a daily basis, which is why we pivoted and doing other content, because it's exhausting. Literally exhausting. Literally, like I can't wait for the market to boom so I can go ghost. So yeah, when y'all don't need these updates and stuff no more, I cannot wait. I'm gonna be so happy about that before I even look at my wallet. Before I look at my cold wallets, I'm gonna just sit there and thank God it's over. Oh my God, I don't gotta come in here and deal with delusional people. I can't wait. Oh my God, I think I'm a sigh in relief for that before I even sit down and look at how much money in my damn wallets. You know what I'm saying? Because Jesus Christ, damn, like go get your own conviction. That's that, and I say that all the time. Get your own conviction. If you don't believe XRP has legal clarity, that's a personal problem. That's your dumb ass. They ain't got shit to do with me. But go ahead, D, because we're gonna talk about Standard Charter, and I'm done addressing narrow pathetic. Now I see why you call yourself the narrow. What is that? Neuropathic? The neuropathic? What? I don't even know what the fuck that said. Go ahead, D.
Man, nah. I mean, and that's what fatigue will do. That's what fatigue will do.
And that's what fatigue will do. You just get tired. It's like, y'all, it's the same tired ass arguments day in and day out. It's just exhausting. Like, gang, I just want to report the news, help the people through this whole journey and process, because it's very hard. Most of us don't have anybody to talk to. And then you got to deal with crypto bros that just think they know every fucking thing. It's like, bro, I'm just trying to report the news. I'm just literally trying to give everybody the news and the updates. I don't want to argue with y'all. Go to the techie side, nerdy side of the space and argue with them people. I'm just trying to give everybody the news and the updates. Can I please do that peacefully? Peacefully, please.
No.
I can't even do that in peace.
So Standard Charter, fam. Standard Charter. Standard Charter is planning, you know what I'm saying, prime brokerage for crypto trading. So Standard Charter is reportedly exploring the launch of prime brokerage business for crypto trading. This is big shit, fam. Big shit. So people familiar with the matter say that the London-based lender plans to house an initiative with SC Ventures. It's a wholly venture capital and innovation arm, as discussions remain at the early stage. So while no launch timeline has been confirmed, the move would place Standard Charter among the growing group of global banks seeking deeper exposure to crypto markets, digital assets, etc. Right? So the demand for prime brokerage has become very high in this crypto space, in this volatile, egotistical crypto space that we're in, right? So Ripple acquired prime brokerage Hidden Road for $1.25 billion, right? While Falcon X agreed to buy ETF issuer 21 shares. So why SC Venture matters is because placing the business inside SC Ventures may allow Standard Charter to sidestep some of the most punitive capital requirements imposed on banks holding crypto exposure directly on their balance sheets. So you got these companies finding a way around a way to get it going, to get it popping, because fam, they always want to put these blockages, for a lot of these companies that are trying to innovate. So now you got them teaming up with companies that are like, yo, we got that shit over here. Y'all could just come with us and you could bypass all these different steps. So under Basel III, rules finalized back in late of 2022, right? Banks face a 1,250% risk weighing on permissionless crypto assets such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, far exceeding the capital charges applied to other high-risk investments. So by operating through a separate venture unit, Standard Charter may gain flexibility to build crypto market infrastructure without burdening its core corporate and investment banking operations. So, according to Bloomberg, regulators are currently discussing potential revisions to these rules, but any changes remain uncertain. So, they want to build that crypto footprint as well. Standard Chartered has been among the most active global banks in digital asset. It backs crypto custodian Zodia Custody and institutional trading venue Zodia Markets, which also supports trading in more than 70 digital assets. Zodia raised $18 million earlier last year, and then in July, the bank said it became the first global the first global systemically important bank to offer crypto trading for institutional clients, initially allowing Bitcoin and Ethereum trading through its UK branch. And then Chief Executive Bill Winters said that we want to offer clients a route to transact, trade, and manage digital assets risk safely and efficiently within regulatory requirements. And then just a month ago in December, Standard Chartered, they actually expanded their partnership with Coinbase. And those two companies said they would explore trading, prime services, custody, staking, lending solutions for all institutional clients that be rocking with them. So y'all have to pay attention to the fine print. If you got company A teaming up with company B so they can circumvent the laws that they put in place to block them out of these situations, what do you think this is going to be in the bigger thing, in the bigger picture? What do you think this is going to be? Nothing? Nah. If you don't think this is something, you in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. This is some life-changing information that you are getting on a day-to-day basis. I just want to say that.
Definitely life-changing info, gang. Okay, speaking of Standard Chartered, because I got some more news with Standard Chartered.
What happened?
Yeah, so they're talking about Ethereum right here. So Standard Chartered is saying that 2026 will be the year of Ethereum, as the bank backs ETH outperformance. Okay. So yeah, let's talk about this real quick. I thought that was interesting about Ethereum. So yeah, Standard Chartered analyst, his name is Jeffrey Kendrick. He stated that 2026 could mark a relative turnaround for Ethereum versus Bitcoin, with ETH's fundamentals strengthening compared with recent years. So while absolute ETH price forecasts for 2026 to 2028 were revised downward due to weak Bitcoin performance, the bank still sees ETH improving relative to BTC and expects the ETH or Bitcoin ratio to move closer to past cycle highs. So drivers highlighted for Ethereum's improved relative outlook include ongoing buying by major ETH-focused treasury firms, dominance in stablecoins, tokenized real-world assets, and decentralized finance, and planned increases in layer one throughput. So Standard Chartered flagged potential supportive regulatory developments as additional positive factors for decentralized finance and Ethereum's ecosystem. So longer-term price targets, which is like 2030, were also discussed with higher forecasts than near-term, reflecting stronger structural growth assumptions. So the year of Ethereum just refers to relative performance, not a guaranteed price surge, but a view that ETH could outperform Bitcoin in the context of this cycle as its ecosystem catalyst strengthens. So weak performance in Bitcoin and broader crypto market has prompted downward revisions of short-term price targets, but ETH may benefit from its broader utility beyond pure speculative demand, from like stablecoin tokenization and DeFi. So mention of Ether-focused treasury buying implies institutional accumulation plays a role in ETH demand narrative, though flows of capitalization dynamics can vary over market cycles. And then you have regulatory clarity is positioned as supportive but not automatic. Its impact depends on passage and enforcement outcomes. So ETH's positioning in DeFi, stablecoins, and tokenized assets continues to be cited as a structural advantage over Bitcoin, which is primarily viewed as digital gold or store of value. So technical developments aimed at increasing throughput align with long-term scaling goals through implementation timelines and adoption uptake influence outcomes. Oh, my bad. I thought the floor was shaking. I thought my mama fell. Sorry. And then you have consistency with prior forecasts. So earlier standard chartered forecasts have moved over time from higher short-term ETH targets to cautious near-term views, but bullish long-term scenarios indicating adjustments to market signals. So basically, standard chartered is bullish on Ethereum, pretty much. So we'll see what happens with ETH, but that's pretty much what I got from that article. So they're pretty much bullish in the long term. So yeah, I like articles like that be trying to talk about 2030 and shit. Like ain't nothing about to happen right now. Because that's their way of saying, yeah, ain't nothing about to go down right now. Y'all don't worry about right now, but in 2030, that's when we'll see. Like, bitch, stop lying. Stop all that shit.
Man,
we all shit got to be on and popping before 2030.
man.
But yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
You sure
Let's see. So we got I need to talk about Walmart real quick. Walmart, because they team with Google to promote agent-led commerce. So it's happening. This is the phase of AI I've been waiting for. And I think a lot of people in the chat have probably also been waiting for this part of AI, where the AI agents actually can start doing stuff that we have to waste a lot of our time doing, that we don't really have to worry about no more. So it's looking like it's starting to it's starting to happen. So Walmart and Google announced a partnership built around Google's Universal Commerce Protocol, which is called UCP, that integrates AI-driven shopping into Google's Gemini platform and other AI interfaces. So the initiative pairs Walmart and Sam's Club's product inventory with Gemini, letting users discover and purchase items through conversational AI rather than traditional search and checkout flows. So when customers link accounts, the system can recommend complementary products, personalized offers, and merge purchases with existing Walmart or Sam's Club carts. So delivery options include fast delivery in under 3 hours in many cases. So Walmart is also embedding AI leadership into its strategic direction by adding an AI executive to its board, emphasizing that this effort is part of a broader push beyond simple adoption of tools. So other reporting adds that the partnership aims to move retail from keyword search to AI-based agent-led commerce, where conversational interfaces handle discovery and checkout seamlessly. So Google's UCP is designed to create a common standard so AI systems can interact with retail systems and handle everything from browsing to payment. So this shift comes alongside broader industry efforts pushing direct AI-based shopping within chatbots like Gemini, including personalized recommendations and instant checkout without leaving the conversation. So agent-led commerce refers to shopping experiences where AI agents, not just people navigating apps, drive the interaction, including product discovery, recommendations, cart management, and checkout. So Google's Universal Commerce Protocol aims to standardize how AI agents connect with retailer systems across the buying journey, reducing friction and enabling richer integration. For Walmart, this isn't just a technical integration. It's a shift in how customers can engage with Walmart's inventory with conversational contextual AI rather than traditional search and menus. And then linking accounts allows the system to leverage first-party data, past purchases, preferences, to personalize offers and move users more efficiently from product interest to purchase completion. And then you have fast delivery capabilities. This is the one me and D gonna like. Me and D don't like going through stuff. Fast delivery capability and integration with membership benefits like Walmart Plus and Sam's Club add an operational layer that supports this new commerce model. So this move reflects a broader industry trend toward AI-powered commerce experiences where lower friction interfaces like chatbots, conversational agents replace traditional web or app navigation. So the shift, the consumer experience shift. So this is how you get the full-blown adoption with crypto and blockchain, because AI agents are not going to be able to do this without blockchain, without crypto. They need these digital assets in order for this to happen. But this is where the world is going. This is how we know stuff is shifting and we got to go. That's why they finna get Jerome Powell ass up out of there, because we need to lower rates. We got shit we got to do so we can pop this shit off. So agent-led commerce can blur the line between search, discovery, and purchase, removing the clear stages shoppers traditionally go through. It emphasizes conversational context and personalized assistance over keyword search or category browsing. So linking accounts and personal data into these systems raises questions about data use, privacy, and control. That topics that may become more, relevant as AI-driven commerce scales. So that is what's happening. That's why I'm saying when with all of this stuff coming about, that market structure bill has to get done. This is what gives me the confidence that I know it's going to get done. I just don't know when. So I just have to be patient, continue to accumulate, and just continue to keep up with the innovation and the shift that is happening and where we are in that shift. And that way it could give you kind of a better, clearer view of where we're going. That way you're not so fixated on we just moving sideways, because it's so easy to get caught up in that and just moving sideways. The price not moving. Well, what about the price? Every time an announcement comes out, it could be Chainlink, it could be XRP, it could be Metal, it could be any of these assets, it could be Ethereum. All y'all gonna say is, well, the price ain't moving, the price going down, blah blah blah. That's why you got to keep up with what's going on, because when you start seeing Walmart make moves like this with Google, it's coming, because they're not going to be able to do this without the payment rails to make it possible for the AI agents to make the purchases for us. That's the whole point of it.
That's facts. That's facts.
We're shifting in this direction tells me we're going at some point in this time window between 2026 and 2027. That market structure bill has to get done, because we are shifting everything. When them AI, y'all gotta understand, we're now gonna be able to hop on Walmart or Sam's Club, have the AI agent. I could just talk to it and say, hey, like right now I need to go grocery shopping, so I could take y'all downstairs right now and say, hey, we need more eggs, we need more buttermilk, we need more pancake mix, we need more fruit. So I'm completely out of fruit. The AI agent just gonna go get all that. And that's it. And that's all I got to do is tell it what's going on. And then I can go on about and finish my work and do what I got. Because, D, how much time do you waste going to the store every week? Because you got 2 kids. I don't. So how much time do you waste going to the store every week for your kids?
Well, I would say that it is a waste of time when you, especially when you need something like quick or whatever. But I will say what has helped is, just picking it up.
Curbside pickup, that's deep. Everything. Curbside pickup, that has definitely helped with slashing time for sure.
It's slashing time, but sometimes you just be in a rush.
But it's the fact that you got to get up. You still got to drive and go pick it up.
Still got to get up. And I mean, but then technically, you could pay a couple extra dollars and have somebody delivered. Walmart or Target or whoever just deliver it to your crib too. So you just got to pay for the convenience. So but yeah, through and through, you know what I mean? Like if I do have to go to the store, because sometimes you do want to go to the store and just see like the inventory, because even with that, like they'll fuck around and be like, okay, we don't have this here, so we're going to exchange it for this. And I damn sure didn't want that, right? So you got to like sometimes go to the store for shit. So, but yeah, you waste a lot of time. To add to your question, you waste a lot of time doing that. You waste a lot of time,
yeah. Because even when you just, because first of all, before you go to the store, you got to see what you need. So now I gotta wait. I gotta take the time to make my grocery list, first of all, or tell the shit what I need. The AI agent already gonna know how to do that, and don't already have a smart refrigerator. Like I have a smart refrigerator downstairs. Like don't already have a smart refrigerator. You really ain't gonna have to do nothing. For real. Like you're not gonna have to do nothing. It's just gonna be.
You're not gonna have to do nothing, and it's gonna be very it's just gonna be like another thing. Like, oh yeah, the AI agents did that for me or whatever. So. Yeah. Now I'm for it. 100%.
100%. Yeah. So yeah, y'all, it's coming, because we see the shifts happening. That's why I keep reporting on news like this about AI agents, because I want y'all to see the shift occurring. Because imagine being able to now, at some point this year, I don't know when, but you'll be able to go on Expedia. So like now, for instance, we're planning a trip for my niece and my sister's birthday, right? But we got to figure out what resort we're going to stay at, what the resort includes. Man, imagine when I could just get on Expedia and tell Expedia, like, look, we need an all-inclusive resort. This is our budget is $2,500. I need the plane ticket included. And I want the best quality resort with the best reviews possible that is within my budget. And it's just going to populate my options. And I'm just going to pick one. It's going to make the process. We've been going back and forth about resorts for a week. You see how time consuming that is? Like we can't even figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what's coming, man. That the innovation is going to be tremendous. and we just happen to have been invested in the technologies into the companies that are buying payment rails and buying the rails and the technology that's gonna make all this stuff possible. So you are definitely lucky to be here. What Maya say? She said we are just buying a ticket on a plane. We just don't know what time the gate is closing. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They have that on Expedia already. Why I ain't see that? Because I definitely was on there. It ain't do that for me. I just updated my laptop over the weekend though, so maybe I won't up to date because I didn't see that option. Shit. I'm talking about talking. I can talk to it and it's just gonna do it. I don't have to type anything. Is that's an option? So does Expedia already have AI agents then? Because if it do, please tell me how. That would help us a lot right now. Please tell me how. Yeah, I think that was pretty much what we had for right now. I know did you have another article? Did you want to talk about Dubai real quick? Or because I know you gotta hop off because
we can talk about it later.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, y'all. Other than that, though, so the live this evening is going to be in the Patreon. So yeah, we're only going live once a day on here now. I told y'all if that engagement ain't pick up, me and D was gonna have to make a move. I told y'all that months ago, did I not?
Did
told y'all that.
Shout out to everybody.
Warned y'all months ago. So shout out to everybody that did pick it up, but collectively it just didn't happen. And like I said, we're not gonna come on here begging for likes and stuff every day. Not finna beg y'all to hit the like button on YouTube. I'm just not. It's just better to just scale up in Patreon. Go in depth there and just share our value where it's appreciated. And
we have two Patreons. We got two Patreons. There's one for DeFi and there's one for the community. What we're talking about is the community Patreon.
Yeah, the community Patreon is what a live stream would be. So yeah, so for those that would like to join the BlockNation community Patreon, the link for that is in the bio. For those that do want to join that. But yeah, it'll only be one live a day. And they're going in the lives and for the ones that we are gonna do on social media are just gonna start being briefings. I'm just trying to kind of walk y'all into it. But yeah, it's gonna be we ain't gonna be up here as long as we've been up here.
And we could let it fly. Like I said, we could let it fly, on
there. We ain't
Patreon.
Gotta hold back. Yeah. So that call gonna be at 6 p.m. Eastern. It'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern for those that's in the Patreon.
It's at 6 p.m. And then shout out to Cecil. He did an incredible class last night on Flare XRP. He's gonna be actually inside of the Patreon tonight, explain a little bit more about that. So if you missed it, he's gonna explain some stuff. He got sauce for days, fam. Got sauce for days. So make sure you're on that call tonight.
Absolutely. And for those that did purchase the class, the recording will come out today. So check your email. At some point today, we're gonna send that recording out. So shout out to everybody that was in that Flare Network class. But yeah, other than that, y'all will be in the Patreon at 6. Again, the link is in the bio for those that want to get into the Patreon. But yeah, that's where a lot of the value is going. We're just gonna go into the Patreon with it. So yeah, for sure.
All right.
But other than that, that's it. Yeah, we'll have that Flare. We'll have the Flare class up for resale soon. We should have it by tomorrow. For those that missed the class that just want to get the recording, but it'll be for sale tomorrow, huh?
Absolutely.
Does the Patreon record? I don't know yet. I gotta go in there. I'm gonna play around with it before we hop on. It does record.
Yeah, it does. It does record.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, it'll be recorded, y'all. It'll be recorded. So yeah, other than that though, oh, you missed the $12 wave, Kathy, for the Patreon. I told y'all that was only until New Year's. So yeah, that Patreon is $25 now. Yeah, it's $25. That $12 window closed. That was really just for our day one members. But yeah, y'all. Other than that,
for over a month.
Over a month, yeah, for sure. Okay, a couple extra days too. But other than that, y'all, appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all on live tomorrow. Other than that.